Is it true that we are in a situation right now where certain people, under the auspices of providing some form of education, have allowed for a simulated scenario to be set up regarding certain people who have been kidnapped and are being extorted or attempted for extortion and tortured into providing edutainment for people who pay whatever is considered to be the appropriate payment or agree to obligations in whatever manner is considered to be the appropriate performance of obligations so that they can get credit at having attended an educational facility and are certain educational institutions because they have the capacity to be availed of protections that should otherwise have been accorded to people that were allegedly, at least, democratically elected to office, slandering other educational institutions, including ones in other countries, by allowing for a misrepresentation that their aberrant curriculum is actually being effectuated by these other educational institutions? Are they refusing to live up to the most basic standards of ethics and or professional comportment relative to the sectors they allege they're educating people to be prepared to participate in, and instead actually trying to recruit people into clandestine subversive activities aimed at destabilizing regimes, and also sabotaging political movements for political redress in their countries? Because that's what it sounds like is happening. And it also sounds like CGI has been responsible for a great deal of slander by creating acts of pornography and allowing them to be distributed in acts of sex terrorism in order to visit reprisal on not only political dissidents, but also people involved with investigations of organized crime. Now we're in a very concerning situation because, insofar as I would have been somebody willing to take on political responsibility, I never agreed to be somebody's prize pony in a death match, including a death match with somebody that may be a political candidate for office in a foreign country. Even if there were some long standing expectations that at some point my country and another country would have a very formal relationship that hitherto had not been formalized, I would not agree to participate in a sporting event where my life was constantly threatened. And in order for me to get out alive, I had to agree to let somebody be extrajudicially assassinated just in order to fulfill some sort of sportsmanship inclination in people that represented that they were political leadership. If you're big game hunters, then go get the appropriate permit and go find the appropriate game reservation and stop derivating it through abuse of the protections afforded to people in performance of actual government functions so that you can take out people trying to prosecute you for your organized crime affiliations. You spent way too long wasting too many good people as part of your recruitment into narcotics and other kinds of trafficking syndicates. You did not perform governance. And you are really, really disrespecting everybody else that has to share citizenship with you when you continue to do this. I'm letting you know right now, if you do not cease and desist your completely treasonous activities, I will have you brought up for treason and I will have you stripped of your citizenship. If you've already worked out an arrangement with another country to take you as some form of asylum seeker or refugee, that may be considered. But these are capital offenses, and I am not going to shed American blood with you. I will have you citizenship stripped from you before you're executed.